Is it wash?
Son of a bitch.
You just got charged. Classic.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Sarge here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we will be looking at the new Czechoslovakian line on, well, our sensitivity is way up. That's really weird. Anyway, it's probably the different controller. Anyway, I digress. Czechoslovakian tanks have been released February 13th. That is 2 days ago, Monday, if you're watching this video right now, the day it's posted. I have the tier 4 already, the STVZ 39, and it looks like a Panzer 38T. You'll be correct in that assumption because they're basically the same tank. Let's go with the German line really quick. Where are you? Panzer 35T, the 8T. Yeah, these tanks are basically the same. See, they look generally the same. And we're gonna go to the next tank, Panzer 38T. Yeah, you can tell they look basically the same, with the flat turret front and the turret and the machine guns in the hull and in the turret. Same exact design that we have here with the STVZ39. It's literally the exact same, except this thing's a lot slower. But then again, not fully upgraded. But we're gonna take a look at the whole line as a whole, not just this tier 4. Of course, of course. So you start off with there's this new tier 1. You start off with this World War I style box with tracks. Look at this thing. Let's see. Service because deemed obsolete after the results of trials. Several vehicles in these variations were manufactured. 3 of them were supplied to Italy and the USSR as the time of the German occupation. The only vehicle left in Czechoslovakia was used as a monument. So this thing's probably still a monument. Look at this thing. It's like a fucking box. Look at this. Why is this thing created? It's like a giant box with tracks, with maybe a little bit of sloping. Check out the modules here. We got an engine, has 50 horsepower. We have a 37mm. Reload's not that good, but it'll penetrate itself for sure. Like the battles right now are just these things fighting each other in 7v7, and they penetrate each other all the time. Tracks, yeah, good for tracks. We got turret. There's a radio in the back. Ammunitions on both sides, right where the doors are. And the crew, there's 2 crew. And the armor is just 14mm all around, I think. And yeah, that's just the tier 1. It's a box and it's really slow. So there's your tier 1. Have fun with that. You'll probably only play 1 battle with it. Moving on to the tier 2, the LTVZ-35. This thing, it's a Panzer 35T in retrospect. Some modules include 120 horsepower engine. This thing's actually pretty quick once you upgrade it fully. Another 37mm tracks, turret. There's a little mini radio, and you got a weird assortment of ammunition here. And then you have armor up to 25, which is right there at the front, and the rest of it is 5 in some places. You can't really tell what kind of armor you got. And you have a package where you upgrade your turret. This will upgrade your turret armor, I believe. Can't exactly tell, but it will upgrade your turret and your tracks. And then this will give you a better engine, 135 as opposed to 120. You'll probably only play 2 battles in this thing. Now you graduate to the tier 3, the LTVZ-38. Basically a Panzer 38T, I believe. Let's move on to it. Yeah, a bunch more packages. You know, you got 4 packages in total. I opt to skip this one because it only gave you more penetration. But let's take a look at this tank. Same design, you know, turret in the front, you know, flat turret face. It's the same design as we were looking at earlier. It's got this weird looking pipe thing on the side where I guess you could hold on to it. Or no, it's connected to that. Is that the? No, it's not the exhaust. What is that? It's like connected to a thing up here. Look, see that? That cylinder thing? It's connected to that. I don't know what that would be used for. But anyway, the tank was designed in 1938. Light tank saw service in the Wehrmacht under the designation Panzerkampfwagen 38T. It was considered the best Czechoslovakian vehicle. A total of 1,400 tanks of 8 modifications were produced. So this is the Panzer 38T. In retrospect, it was originally designed by, you know, the Czechoslovakian, I think it's the defense or something like that. but it was designed by Czechoslovakia and it was sold to the Germans, and it was actually a good tank. It's actually a good tank in the German tree, but this thing, I haven't had very much success in it. It's got no armor. It gets penetrated all the time. Like, legit, all the time. You try to angle, there's no way, Jose. You have a 120 horsepower engine, just like the last tank. The same 37mm Skoda A3 as you get all the way up through these tanks, so you upgrade it at least. Turret. There's a little mini radio again, and that weird assortment of ammo. What the fuck? Ammo in the bottom part, and then you have 2 more ammo pouches in the turret. Little bit increased armor, I believe. Yeah, no, it's the same amount of armor. Well, fuck me. I believe you upgrade the turret to get more armor, though. Yeah, right here. Yeah, you get 50 turret armor as opposed to 25. So you get double the turret armor. And you upgrade your engine and your tracks, and this thing actually goes pretty fast. And this thing upgrades the gun from the Skoda A7. You get the A3 right here, and you upgrade to the A8 and A7. I don't know, what's the difference here? Slightly better penetration from 52 to 61. Then you get to this thing over here, which is the very last package. You get 82mm of penetration. At tier 3, that's not very useful. Panzer IIJ at tier 3 has 80 at the front, but it's weaker at the rear. So I opted to skip this since this was 1000 XP. Before you research this, it turns into 980. So I decided to get this really quick, upgrade that turret armor, and then I went up to the STVZ39. Now this is a tank that I have currently. Well, let's hold up. Let's see what we got here. I can get that. Yeah, double yeah. 1,000 more for that. I'll just buy that real quick. Oh yeah. What we got now? Different turret. It's like the hull got fatter. You see that? The hull got fat. I think. Did the hull get fat, or am I just crazy? Hold up. Oh, the hull's the same. All right. Hull. I guess the different turret made it look like it was fat. Yeah, I already got that. I know. So we upgrade our turret armor from 32 to 60, so that's pretty damn good. Our turret armor is really, let's see. Our reload speed increases, our aim time is the same, and accuracy is the same. Horsepower doesn't change, and with this thing you get another gun. What's this thing do? 86 penetration, 62. So you get more penetration and more shot output, but your aim time is slightly shorter, and your accuracy is a little better. So this package right here is the bomb. This one right here, and you get a better engine right here, 260 versus 240. So it's not much of a speed increase there. I'll start working on that after this video, but we will continue to the tier 5. This is where stuff starts getting meaty. You get a 75mm gun to start out with. Let's see what this thing looks like. It looks pretty beastly. It's got lots of sloping. It looks like the German premium tank. I forgot what it's called. Developed and occupied Czechoslovakia for the Wehrmacht in 1941. The project featured sloped armor, plates, and enhanced armament based on the Soviet T-34. The project was deemed outdated. No prototypes were manufactured, so it's a paper tank. It looks pretty nice though. It does look like a T-34, but with a little bit, more rounded edges. The sides aren't as angled. The back's definitely not angled. It looks like a freaking amphibious vehicle from the rear. Take a look at the modules here. We got a 380 horsepower engine. That's a big ass engine. Hit that thing easy. 75mm gun. And let's see, we got 35 degrees per second rotation speed. View range is 330 with the stock turret. Radios. They got a bigger radio now. Hey. Ammo. And big flat plates on each side of the tank. Just aim for under the turret or the back of the turret, and you'll damage this thing's ammo rack. And the crew, I haven't looked at the crew, so there's 4 crew. Crews there, might hit them, might not. Now armor's getting a little better. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Armor's getting a little better. So the top and the bottom are 8mm thick, and the sides are between 21 and 30. I don't know the exact numbers because World Tanks doesn't tell me. They added this armor viewer in, and you can't tell the exact number. You just know 9mm within that. So whatever. The sides and the rear are all between 21 and 30. Then you get the front and these little track links on the back. The angled front is between 31 and 50, including the lower glacis and the front of the turret. Then you got these little. Oh, there's like only one on this side. Hey, that might save you from an engine. Just try to make them hit that thing. And then you got these 2 track links in the front that will give you 51 to 70 millimeters of armor. So the armor's getting better, but at tier 5 you're still not doing very good. Maybe you can angle a little bit better. Let's see. Let's look at the tank. Yeah, there's 2 little track links in the front. These 3 on the side and this 1 on this side. Oh, it's a big box right there. Turret looks pretty sweet. I like the way the turret looks. Now let's take a look at the packages. We upgrade to a 75. Well, it's still a 75, but let's see the difference. Oh, we can't look at the exact stats of that gun. Oh, we get 10 rounds per minute, 132 millimeters of penetration with regular ammo, 110 average damage, 185 penetration with APCR. I assume 50 millimeters of turret armor. Yeah, it's pretty okay stats for 75. Then you go down here and you upgrade your engine. Let's see, what was the engine? Take a look real quick. Our engine was a 380. We upgrade to a 450. That's not bad. This just upgrades our radio range. We go from 415 to 710. That's pretty nice. I want to get like tier 9 radios on like tier 5 vehicles. It doesn't make any sense. Then we upgrade our turret to the same thickness. What's the difference here? Let's see. Turret traverse 40, 36. Not much differences here. Just like a better reload by like a shell and a half. Not much differences there. And then you upgrade here to the Skoda T25. Now this is the tank, I believe, that is exactly, well kinda. The hull is the same, but the turret doesn't look the same. Well, let's go to the German tech tree really quick. Let's back it up here. I'm pretty sure it's in the tech tree. Yes, my German brethren. Let's see, it's tier 5. Yeah, the Panzer T25. Yeah, so it's the exact same tank. Is it though? Let's see here. We have a 450 horsepower engine, power weight ratio. Keep an eye on those numbers. Fire chance 20%. 4.29 loading time. 20 degrees elevation. 30 degrees. Radio 710. Ammo in the same assortment. Crew in this. Oh, we got one extra crew member back there. Armor. We got turret is thick and the track links, and then we got yeah. So that's the Panzer T25. It is Czechoslovakian in nature, but it's in the German tech tree because they gave the Germans those tanks. Now let's go back and look at the tier 6 version. Is it better than the oh, my bad. So same tank. Let's see here. Huh. Load time's different. Ammo in the same assortment. We have that different. That extra crew member isn't there. Quite interesting. So, which tank is better? The Skoda T25 at tier 6 or the Panzer T25 at tier 5? I'll leave that question up to you guys in the comment section below. But let's get right down to this tier 6 tank. We start out with the 75 A18 we had in the last tank. We upgrade the engine from 450 to 500. Now it's definitely better. 12 rounds per minute. Nice. We upgrade to a tier 6 75 Skoda A18. Bunch of Czechoslovakian letters. I can't pronounce that. 15 shots per minute. 132 millimeters penetration. Penetration stays the same. Looks like across the board. No, well, yeah, it's the exact same. The accuracy is better. The aim time is better. Traverse speed is a little better, but 36 as opposed to 32. View range is 10 meters longer. And then yeah, so there's only 2 packages here. It looks like a pretty easy breeze. Then you get up to a familiar tank, the T-34-100. As you can see, it's a T-34, but it's got, as the name says, it's got a 100mm gun. Now, you obviously wouldn't start out with a 100mm gun. You start out with the 85 VZ44S, whatever that means. But you right here you get extra tracks. Yeah, extra tracks. You upgrade your tracks from the T-3045 tracks to the T-34-100 that they constructed just for it, and you upgrade your radio. So your traverse speed increases. Oh, can't see that. Yeah, we can. What's our traverse here? 36, and here 38. So not much difference there. But then you get the T-34-100 package, which gives you the T-34-100 gun. Of course. So you upgrade your damage output from 160 to 250, which is a huge difference. At tier 7, there's a lot of 100mm guns, especially on the Soviet vehicles, and at tier 8. So with the T-34 having a 100mm gun, there's not much benefit here, as the T-34 chassis, originates from tier 5, but you get 175mm of penetration, 250 with APCR. That is insane at tier 7. Holy shnikes. That thing can penetrate straight through the front of a, let's see here, what's flat armor? A Ferdinand, T-28. Holy God, that's a fucking lot of penetration. Anyway, turret armor is 90. Not really good at tier 7, of course. Then you upgrade to a better turret, which your turret armor stays the same, but your traverse goes up, I believe. Yeah, 36 to 40. View range up 10 meters. You can opt to get that package if you want. You only get better traverse and better view range. I don't know why. Well, accuracy is a little better, 2.4 aiming time compared to 2.6. Loading time is a little faster too. So if you want to load a little faster, hit more often, go for this 38,000 research package. Then you graduate up to tier 8, where you start hitting the big boys, start fighting tier 10s. Now this thing looks menacing. This thing looks more like a heavy tank to me than a medium, but it's a medium. A medium tank project proposed by the Skoda company as part of a general purpose vehicle concept developed in Czechoslovakia. No prototypes were manufactured. It looks like a heavy tank, and you can tell by the gun mantlet and the way the gun looks. It's an 88. It's a German 88. I'm not sure what year this was created in, or designed in, I should say. But let's take a look at the modules here. I can tell it's an 88. Yeah, it's definitely an 88. It just looks too much like an 88. 600 horsepower engine. Oh wait, did we ever look at the? Yeah, it doesn't matter now. Well, yeah, let's look at it. All right, T-34-100. The modules here. We have a 500 horsepower engine, 6.5 loading time with that. 75 you get at the start, 36 degrees per second. Traverse speed, radio, it's in the back. That is shitty signal range. Holy God, I'm glad you upgraded first package. Then you got the ammo assortment, just like the regular T-34 with the big plot in the bottom and then the back of the turret. Then the crew, usual crew, commander, loader, gunner, driver, machine gunner. And let's go back to tier 8. All right, what do we got here? We got 600 horsepower engine. I said that. 88, 6.2 second loading time, 40 degrees per second. Traverse speed, not bad. View range is 370. It's pretty damn okay. Signal range 415. That's a mini ass radio. A strange ammo assortment. We got just like the German tanks. It's right there on the sides. Then you have a little bit curved in the middle. And the crew, you have your original assortment of a gunner, loader, driver, machine gunner, commander. Let's take a look at the packages. We start with the 88. We immediately upgrade to the 100mm. I think this is the 100mm we had on the last tank, T-34-100. 175mm penetration. Was that the same exact? Oh, hold up. Yeah, it's the same gun, 85. No, 100mm VZ. Yeah, same gun. Yeah, same gun you get on T-34-100 right here. You finally upgrade to a better turret, which gives you 65mm of armor. And it's the same thick armor thickness. You just increase your traverse and your view range by 10. Reload speed's a little better. You upgrade to an 88, a tier 8 88. 194mm of penetration. 237 with APCR. That's not even as good as the T-34-100 gun with 250. It's insane. 240 average damage, only 10 less than 100 millimeter. Strange. We got a 660 horsepower engine at this upgrade. Then we go to a 105 millimeter gun. Hey, look at this. 320 average damage, 188 with regular ammo, and 235 with your premium. Still not as much as that tank at tier 7. Or you could just hold on to this gun right here and do 250. God, it's a lot of penetration, man. Then you move up to the autoloaders. The tier 9 and 10 are autoloaders. They have 3-shot autoloaders, I'm fairly certain. 1949. Damn, that's pretty post-war. This thing looks like an IS-3. When I first looked at it, I was like, holy shit, it's an IS-3. And it kind of is. It's got the pike nose, but it's not nearly as angled. You can definitely see the pike nose there. It's not nearly as angled as the IS-3. It's even got armor like an IS-3. Hold on, let's look at the armor. It's got spaced armor. Look at that. It's got spaced armor exactly where an IS-3 would, right there on the side. So I really thought it was like an IS-3 copy. But we got turret ring armor. That's a little weird. We have our side armor behind the spaced armor and the rear. We have our frontal armor. That's where the lower glacis and the pike nose actually is, and on top of the turret there. And we have those track links on the front, a little bit thicker, and the turret on the sides a little bit thicker. Then we have the turret mantlet, the sides of the turret, right where the turret ring is, and the two command. Well, there's only one command hatch. The one's got to be something else. Then we have the gun mantlet like behind the gun, like I don't know how to explain that. But now the modules. We have ourselves a 750 horsepower engine here. Top speed is 50 kilometers. That's pretty speedy. Top reverse speed is 20. Fire chance 12%. I haven't mentioned all of the statistics because I'm trying to get through this really quick. I don't want to bore you guys too much. We got a 100mm A20 gun here, 7.8 second reload time. Let's look at the depression, 8 degrees, 38 degrees per second. Traverse speed, terrain resistance, a bunch of numbers. I don't know how to determine what that means. There's a bunch of random numbers. View range 380, rotation speed 38 degrees per second. Our signal range is 730 meters. Our ammunition is all over the place. Look at this. We have at the bottom, at the sides, behind the spaced armor, at the back of the turret. This thing looks like it can get ammo racked pretty easily. If you shoot like straight down at the lower glacis, you might hit straight at the side, straight at the back of the turret. Aim for those ammo racks. So we have an assortment of crew. Your driver right in the middle, just like the IS-3. I swear they took stuff from the IS-3 here. Your gunner, loader, and commander. I guess these two guys in the back are either both commanders and one's a loader, but it's whatever. Let's look at the overview here. Further development of the post-war concept for the Czechoslovakian general-purpose tank. The project was developed by Skoda in 1947. In 1948, significant changes were introduced to the project. There were plans to mount a 100mm gun. The project was discontinued after one full-size wooden prototype had been built. So they built a full-size wooden prototype. This thing never actually existed as a complete prototype. But a 3-round autoloader. Let's take a look at the. We start off with a tier 9 gun. The packages here. Upgrade the turret. Does it get any thicker? Shit. Can't really tell. But it has 120 at the front, 205mm of penetration, 8 rounds per minute, 240. Still not as much as that tier 700mm gun. That is insane. Insanity. 320mm average damage. We upgrade here to a different gun. It's the 100mm R11. Same tier. 230 penetration over 205. That's a lot better. 269 finally beats that 100mm below. 120mm of turret armor still. Just upgrades the gun a little bit. We got a slower reload about by half a shell. Our reload time or our aiming time is 0.2 seconds faster. And our accuracy is the exact same. Then you move up to this, where you get an engine 1,000 horsepower. This thing must be fucking quick. Can we see the speed, the top speed of that? Oh, we can't. Dang it. You upgrade the gun again to a tier 10 100mm AK-1, 248mm of standard penetration, 310 with heat maybe, or APCR, whichever one. It might have APCR as your normal shell. I believe we can. No, we can't check because we can't upgrade it and look at it in the armor viewer and whatnot. But we get this tier 10 gun at tier 9, and it's got 6.56 rounds per minute, aiming time 2.2, accuracy is 0.35. Your average damage is 320 with regular and APCR, and 420 blaze it with heat and munition. 310 is pretty damn, lots of shit ton of penetration, but even at tier 9 and 10, that can bounce a lot. You have a 3-shot autoloader. You gotta remember that 3-shot autoloader with these two tier 9 and 10 tanks. Be careful with that. I'm not sure how long the reload is individually between clips. It just tells you the rounds per minute, which is kind of annoying, but it's whatever. Then you upgrade to the tier 10, which has that same gun. Now, does that same gun? We can't look at all the stats I've been looking at. Look at this. Look at this baby. It's pretty sweet. I've seen this thing on PC. It's pretty sweet. A joint project by Skoda and the CKD discussions to determine the tank's characteristics started on January 14th, 1950, but the project was discontinued on March 4th, 1950 by Czechoslovakian Ministry of Defense. No prototypes or manufactured, existed only in blueprints. So this tank never existed either. And we can't look at everything. We know it has a 100 horsepower engine just like the last tank. Has the same gun as the last tank, but is it any better? 25-second loading time. We can't see the damage per minute, or not the damage per minute, but the shots per minute, because we can't, we can't look at the same stats. It's because it's not in a package. It's just a tank. It's kind of annoying, but we're gonna have to deal with it. Hit points 1800. I haven't talked about the hit points at all. Let me go back and do that really quick. But our traverse speed is 54 degrees per second. That's really fast. 36 degrees per second rotation speed. 850 signal range, and our ammo is weirdly assorted again. Why is it like farther up over here, and like it looks like steps? It's a weird assortment of ammo. Oh, our regular ammunition is APCR. I can see that. So our regular ammunition is APCR, and I'm not sure what the second one is. Maybe it's a it's high explosive, because I can see splash radius on there, or maybe it's a different kind of high explosive. I'm not sure. But we have our what is going on down here? What is that guy's legs is like a box. You see that? The driver, he's like head, and then torso, then butt, then legs, and his feet are like a box. That's so weird. But we have 4 crew members in total here. We have 2 in the back, and then a gunner right there. I believe that's a gunner. Has to be, yeah. Right there, you can see his little viewport thing. You can get a guy come up in the thing and use the gun and whatnot. So pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. 3-round autoloader. I'm not sure if you want to. Let's look at the max speed. What's the max speed on this thing? 60 kilometers per hour. That's pretty damn fast, but you can't get up to that speed on flat ground. So my question is, can you just stay at tier 9 with this tank with the same gun and the same engine power and all that shit, or should you go up to tier 10? Well, I didn't look at the armor. Let's look at the armor. It's the same assortment of armor. Just turret's a little bit more rounded. You don't have a pike nose, and you have this. You don't have any spaced armor. Yeah, no spaced armor with this thing. So I believe I would rather stay at tier 9, but it's up to you guys. I'm just telling you what you're looking at here with the Czechoslovakian line. Looks like they're fast, low armored mediums that need to hit and run, kind of like the Bat Chat would do, or the Leopard tanks up in the higher tiers of the German line. You don't have any armor. You're not gonna bounce much. You have a relatively hard hitting gun, good reloads. Don't be brawling. Sit back, snipe if you can. Support your teammates. You're not gonna be bouncing many shots with this line. Now, we did not look at hit points. Let's look at that really quick. I think this thing has 110. All right, tier 2, 150. Tier 3, 180. Tier 4, 350. Tier 5, 420. Blaze it! Tier 6, 690. Tier 7, 1,000. Tier 8, 1350. Tier 9, 1550. And finally at Tier 10, I guess you could go up to Tier 10 because it has more hit points. You get 1,800. That's a big jump from Tier 9, isn't it? 1550 to 1,800. Yeah. So, Czechoslovakian line. There's only 10 tanks right now. Same thing on PC. There's no tank stores. There's just these tanks. These tanks have no armor. Don't go trying to bounce any shots. I definitely don't bounce any shots in this thing. I just go out there, get a couple hits, and then die usually. So, low armored mediums. Go out there. Don't take any unnecessary shots. You know, hide in a bush, spot if you're really fast. Just don't expect to bounce any shots. Is the main thing about the Czechoslovakian line. I'm not sure how they play yet. I mean, I've played through these tanks, but you don't really get much playing time with this thing. It's slow. Its gun doesn't hit very hard, and it has no armor. So what I'm trying to do is kind of sit back and just shoot. But the aim time isn't that good with the crew I've got, because I don't want to spend a bunch of silver and shit trying to get a good crew at this low tier. At Tier 5, I'll really be able to tell you how the tanks play, because that Tier 5 is where you start actually playing, getting serious with your gameplay. But anyway, that's Czechoslovakian line. I hope y'all enjoyed. Hope I didn't bore you all to death. The recording's going on 31 minutes, and there's no jump cutting in this. So, happy Wednesday. Happy late Valentine's Day. Hope y'all enjoyed this. I will be back on Friday, probably with the best tank storyline, but we will see. I know y'all been waiting on that. I have been getting some requests for the American T-34 again too, so we'll see what happens on Friday. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. I'm Sarge, signing out.